Yeah, so Carrington is a dirty player, probably the dirtiest player in the league. And then she has the audacity to go online right after her ejection and claim that she got ejected because of racism. She definitely learned well from Angel Reese. Whenever something goes against you, just pull out that race card. I think she's jealous of my natural blonde hair. She'll never have this hair. I literally got clotheslined in the air, and this clown has to turn it into race.
And what did you make of Sophie Cunningham's flagrant foul on JC?
It was a flagrant foul.
Think it's like defending the team, or how do you use this foul?
I view it as a flagrant foul.
Yeah, well, I mean, you guys came for basketball.
Yeah,
Let's talk about basketball.
Yeah.
Come on now.
What do you think of just how you all were able to pull in the second half, Caitlin, in
We're
particular?
going to the Commissioner Cup Championship.
Let's
That's
go!
pretty exciting. Y'all want to talk about that? Let's talk about that.
What do you think, again?
Hello and welcome back. Today we have another big WNBA story that you definitely do not want to miss. Things are getting more intense, fans are sharing strong reactions, and there is a lot to discuss. So without wasting any more time, let's get straight into the video and find out what is really happening. What if we told you that Caitlin Clark could actually consider leaving the WNBA after only one season? Yes, you heard that right. If these reports are true, she may have finally reached her limit after dealing with repeated hard fouls from Marina Mabrey and referees, who many fans believe continue to miss obvious calls. At this point, many people are asking if this is still professional basketball or something completely different. If this story turns out to be true, the WNBA could lose its biggest star much sooner than anyone expected. So grab your popcorn, because this story is just getting started.
Her second season. And you put the numbers together, that's like 10 seasons. That girl did it in 10 seasons. That means she had one a season. Caitlin Clark is... when Caitlin Clark gets to 10 seasons, she's going to have 100 of these. And y'all can't get a girl her roses. Now, I don't like the fact that she be getting woke because she don't want all these lesbians to be mad at. But at the end of the day, is the woman putting in the work she's putting in the work.
Fans have officially had enough of watching Caitlin Clark become the target in a league that still seems unsure whether it wants to grow into something bigger or stay exactly the way it is. For the second straight season, she has remained the center of the biggest story in the WNBA, yet many people feel she is expected to keep selling tickets, keep making great passes, smile for the cameras, take hard hits, and somehow stay grateful to those who continue to criticize her. Fans are no longer just frustrated. They are genuinely angry. The online movement to protect Caitlin has turned into a powerful emotional battle between her supporters and a league that many believe continues to treat its biggest star unfairly and keeps putting her in the line of fire.
All going according to plan. This is ideal. Caitlin Clark is holding up her end by being awesome and by being a trash-talking jerk on the court. Love it. Her teammates are holding up their end by having her back. The other players in the league are holding up their end by not liking her. Perfect. Couldn't have written a better script. Caitlin is talking trash to this girl's hard fouling her. Her teammate Sophie Cunningham, who got a black belt in Taekwondo at the age of 6, she's like, I will F you guys up. All of it's great, and Caitlin's a killer. 10 out of 10.
Let's start with the obvious. Beyond social media arguments and old basketball debates, Caitlin Clark is the biggest reason people are talking about the WNBA right now. Jersey sales have gone through the roof, television ratings have continued to climb, and arenas in cities where many people barely knew they even had a WNBA team are now selling out. She has become the driving force behind the league's growing popularity and exciting style of play, especially with her incredible three-point shooting. But what has the league's response been? According to many fans, it has been a season filled with hard contact, cold reactions from opponents, and officiating decisions that continue to raise serious questions.
The WNBA, insane. It's to the point that she may need to step away from the WNBA, have a billionaire come in that has the money to prove a point, and say, Caitlin, I'll pay you $50 million just to see if the WNBA can make it without you. Let's go create a complete different league and expose the hell out of the WNBA just to embarrass this Angel Reese girl that Jameel Hill just said she could go down as a Michael Jordan of WNBA. Yeah.
Do you remember when people said Caitlin Clark would be welcomed into the league just like every other rookie? That idea quickly disappeared. Many fans believe her introduction has looked more like taking hard hits at midcourt, while referees seem to miss obvious contact. Instead of getting a warm welcome, some joke that Caitlin needed a chiropractor and extra security more than anything else. Then came Marina Mabrey's late-game shove, a play that many viewers felt crossed the line with how physical it was. Some fans even joked that it looked more like a football move than a basketball play. Even after all of that, Caitlin usually gets back on her feet and keeps playing as if nothing happened. For many people, taking hard contact has almost become part of her game day routine. She gets up, keeps shooting, avoids the next hard hit, and keeps moving forward. What frustrates her supporters even more is that whenever she shows the slightest emotion, some critics call her entitled. If she plays physical, they say she went too far. If she stays calm and moves on, they claim she is being distant. It almost feels like no matter what she does, someone finds a reason to criticize her. Even if she did something completely positive during a game, some people would probably still complain about it. Meanwhile, fans continue defending her across social media, replaying controversial moments over and over, studying every angle frame by frame, and questioning why so many hard hits seem to go unpunished. Many are still asking the same question: how do some of these plays not receive a flagrant foul?
When Caitlin Clark was out, they lost 55% of their viewership. So, basically, Caitlin Clark is paying all their salaries.
Pretty much.
I mean, at the end of the day, you can hate her as much as you want, but she's brought in millions of fucking dollars. So you should be kissing her ass.
And that kind of defeated the purpose of Angel Reese's argument of she's like, hey, it's not just Caitlin Clark that is bringing all the viewership to the WNBA. It's like, well, it definitely is. It's like it kind of proved that with the viewership rating being down that she significantly increases viewership.
They try so hard to compare her to Caitlin Clark.
Do you remember when people said Caitlin Clark would be welcomed into the league just like every other rookie? That promise has not matched what many fans believe they have seen on the court. Instead of receiving a warm welcome, her supporters argue that she has taken repeated hard hits, while referees appear to miss obvious contact, almost as if they never saw the play happen. Many even joke that Caitlin did not need a welcome party. She needed a chiropractor and a full security team. Marina Mabrey's late-game shove only added more fuel to the debate, with many viewers saying the contact looked more like a football tackle than a basketball play. Some fans even joked that the hit was so aggressive it belonged in a completely different sport. Even after taking those shots, Caitlin usually gets right back up and continues playing as if nothing happened. For many people, getting knocked around has almost become part of her game day routine. She gets up, keeps shooting, avoids the next hard elbow, stretches, and does it all over again. What frustrates her supporters even more is that whenever she shows the slightest emotion, she is quickly labeled as entitled. If she plays with physicality, people say that is just basketball. If she stays calm and refuses to react, some critics call her distant or arrogant. It often feels like no matter what she does, someone is ready to criticize her. Fans even joke that if she rescued a puppy during halftime, she would still be blamed for not passing the ball enough. At the same time, many believe the league continues to rely on the attention and excitement that her fans bring. Across social media, supporters replay controversial moments over and over, studying every angle frame by frame and reacting whenever Caitlin takes another hard hit. The same question continues to come up again and again: how do some of these plays still avoid being called flagrant fouls?
son hold a brawl and a basketball game breaks out. This was something. Caitlin Clark, without question, gets raked across the face. I think she gets poked in the eye, but it's difficult to tell.
If you're the Indiana Fever, you cannot stand by and let that happen. They need to make it clear to the officials. If you're going to let this happen, then we're going to stand up for our player and make a mess of the game, and you're going to have a big mess on your hands. So you need to stand up for this. You need to do something about this.
You just learned with definitive data and beyond question that Caitlin Clark controls more than half the audience for the entire WNBA.
Then, there is the ongoing debate that many fans say has become impossible to ignore. Some people keep saying it is not that serious, that she is exaggerating, or that she simply has to earn her place in the league. But her supporters strongly disagree. They believe Caitlin Clark has already proven herself again and again with her performances, leadership, and ability to handle constant pressure while continuing to produce at the highest level. She keeps putting up impressive numbers, creating opportunities for her teammates, and doing it all with confidence and a smile. So many fans are asking the same question: what more does she have to do? They believe the double standard has become impossible to ignore. They see a league that, in their view, goes the extra mile for some players while treating others very differently. They notice the locker room politics, the media narratives, and interviews that often seem filled with subtle criticism. After watching all of this, many fans say they are simply exhausted. They are tired of seeing Caitlin fight for respect on a team they believe she helped transform. They are frustrated by moments where they feel her accomplishments are not given the recognition they deserve, and they are tired of pretending everything is completely normal. If she ever decided to leave after this season, her supporters believe it would not be because she failed. They argue it would be because she recognized a situation that no longer worked in her favor. Some even believe that leaving could become one of the biggest power moves in modern sports. If that ever happened, many wonder how the league would respond without the sold-out arenas, record-breaking viewership, and countless casual fans who tune in just to watch what Caitlin Clark does next.
Sort of dip since Caitlin Clark has been out with injury, but I don't think all of us were expecting the entire viewership of the entire WNBA to be down. And this tweet from Christine Brennan really stuck out to me. She said one player gets injured and more than half the TV audience for the entire league disappears. Has any other athlete ever had that kind of impact on a sport? Golf without Tiger definitely dropped precipitously on occasion, but not like this. This news is alarming for the league, and it's alarming for the league because this is such a crucial year for the WNBA.
What happens after that? Many fans believe the league would try everything to win people back by launching new promotions, offering ticket discounts, bringing back giveaways, and hoping the excitement returns. But they also believe it would not be that easy. Some even argue that if Caitlin Clark ever walked away, the WNBA would lose the biggest source of attention it has enjoyed in recent years. People might one day look back and ask what happened to the league that once had one of the brightest stars in basketball. And for those who keep saying she should simply stay and fight through it, her supporters believe she already has. They point to the media criticism, the constant physical play, controversial officiating, and what they see as unnecessary negativity from some around the league. They argue that toughness alone is not always the answer. At some point, self-respect matters just as much. Many fans also wonder why the league has not fully embraced such a rare opportunity. They see Caitlin Clark as a once-in-a-generation talent who is exciting to watch, easy to market, and still remarkably humble despite everything she has faced. They believe this should be the moment to celebrate her with stronger marketing, greater recognition, and a bigger effort to grow the game around her. Instead, they feel there have been too many missed opportunities, too much criticism, and too much unnecessary controversy. That is why so many fans say they have reached their limit. They are no longer just watching the games. They are watching every play involving Caitlin, sharing clips online, questioning controversial moments, and demanding what they believe is fair treatment. Many even believe that if she ever decided to leave after this season, she would not leave by herself. They believe millions of loyal fans would follow her, the same people who buy tickets, stream games, wear team merchandise, and cheer every time she touches the basketball.
I am sick and tired of the way they are treating my girl, Caitlin Clark. I am here to propose a solution. I think they need an enforcer. You know, someone who comes off the bench to kind of lay the smackdown on an opposing team member. I want to get the word out to the Indiana Fever that I am available. I'm ready to identify as whatever I need to in order to get the job. They need someone like me. Why? Because I'm not afraid of any 6-foot-tall lesbian. I work out. Now, I have a couple of real good go-to moves in my bag of tricks.
If the WNBA truly wants to keep Caitlin Clark, many fans believe the league needs to start showing it. Right now, her supporters feel she is not being valued the way a player of her impact should be. In fact, some fans say they would gladly support her if she chose to leave for a place where they believe her talent and influence would be more appreciated. In a league searching for more attention and growth, many see Caitlin as the biggest reason new fans have started watching. But if they believe she continues to receive criticism instead of support, they would not be surprised if she eventually decided she had reached her limit. And just when it seems the situation cannot become any more controversial, another debate takes center stage. Some ESPN commentary defending the incident involving Marina Mabrey sparked a strong reaction from Caitlin's supporters. Many fans questioned why the focus appeared to shift toward explaining the play instead of discussing the shove itself. They pointed out that Caitlin did not retaliate, did not respond with force, and simply walked away while keeping her attention on the game. To them, that showed remarkable composure under pressure. Even so, some commentators suggested that her earlier actions or competitive attitude may have contributed to the moment. That argument quickly divided fans, with many believing it unfairly placed responsibility on Caitlin despite the fact that she chose not to respond and stayed focused on playing basketball. This whole situation has sparked another major debate. Many people believe trash talk has always been part of sports. Basketball has never been a quiet game, and competitive players often use words just as much as their skills to gain an edge. Legends like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and Larry Bird were all known for playing with confidence and using mind games during competition. Yet some fans feel that whenever Caitlin Clark talks on the court, the reaction suddenly becomes much more intense, almost as if normal basketball competitiveness is being treated differently in her case. Several rival players have also shared their opinions, with some suggesting that the shove went too far. These are not her teammates or her biggest supporters. They are competitors who have faced her on the court, yet many of them can still recognize the difference between tough basketball and unnecessary contact. That is why many fans believe those reactions carry real weight. At the same time, some supporters argue that certain analysts have focused more on defending the incident than discussing the play itself. They believe that if Caitlin had responded with a shove of her own, the story would have dominated every sports show, every major headline, and social media for days. Instead, she stayed composed, kept her attention on the game, avoided making the situation personal, and chose not to retaliate. Even after showing that level of restraint, some critics still found a way to place part of the blame on her. To many fans, that feels unfair, almost like blaming someone for simply standing in the wrong place instead of focusing on what actually happened.
Clark has decided to quit the WNBA and move on and go play over in Europe. I do not blame her. I applaud it. I say do it. Get as far away from the WNBA as you can. Let that league sink. Okay? Do not help them, Caitlin. Get away. I believe you could create your own league. Okay? You could be the fucking player that creates whatever, the next professional women's basketball league. Let this one just go and let Caitlin try to build the next WNBA.
The debate has only become more intense. Some critics argue that Caitlin Clark plays with too much confidence or too much attitude. But many fans quickly point out that confidence has always been one of the defining traits of the greatest athletes in history. That belief in themselves is often what separates elite players from everyone else. Still, her supporters feel that when it comes to Caitlin, that same confidence is sometimes treated as if it is a problem. They believe she is expected to take hard hits, accept the blame, stay quiet, and keep moving forward without saying a word. Many fans are frustrated by how often they feel the criticism somehow ends up directed at her. They argue that after Marina Mabrey delivered the shove, Caitlin stayed calm and chose not to react, yet much of the conversation still shifted toward questioning her actions instead. Some supporters even joke that every time she is involved in a physical play, the discussion immediately becomes about whether she somehow caused the situation. They ask whether people are focusing on the actual contact or simply searching for another reason to criticize her. At the same time, many believe the attention given to defending Mabrey's actions has been just as surprising. Some fans feel that too much effort has gone into explaining or minimizing the incident instead of simply judging the play for what it was. They also argue that certain media discussions and headlines have sounded more like carefully managed public relations statements than straightforward basketball analysis. To many of Caitlin's supporters, that approach only adds to the growing frustration and makes the entire controversy feel even more one-sided.
Get your opinion, because it's been a minute on this Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark stuff that's been going on. Brittany Griner a couple of weeks ago in a video says trash effing white girl when she was playing Caitlin Clark. What's your just kind of 30,000 foot view of this?
There is not an organization more dedicated and committed to self-imploding than the WNBA. The WNBA was like handed the golden egg that is Caitlin Clark. Yeah. And they have done everything to just self-destruct. Yeah. Whether it's these totally crazy like racial investigations that have been proven a hoax.
What is really making fans angry is that, in their view, Caitlin Clark has never asked for special treatment. She has not gone on a publicity campaign demanding favors. She has not created unnecessary drama. And she has not spent her time attacking other players. Instead, she continues to show up every game, takes hard hits, keeps competing, and carries herself like a true professional. Meanwhile, many fans believe the conversation keeps turning into a story where the player producing big performances and helping bring new attention to the league somehow ends up being portrayed as the problem. Her supporters argue that if Caitlin had delivered the same shove instead of receiving it, the reaction would have been completely different. They believe she would have faced harsh criticism, major headlines, and endless debate across the sports world. Yet because she chose not to retaliate and simply walked away, some people still found a way to place part of the blame on her. That is exactly why many fans continue to question the situation. They believe they are watching two different standards being applied. In their eyes, Caitlin is judged by a different set of expectations despite being one of the biggest reasons the league has gained new viewers, higher ratings, and stronger merchandise sales. Even with all of that, she continues to show up, keeps competing, and stays focused on basketball. For many supporters, that only makes the frustration even greater. They believe the league has a once-in-a-generation talent, someone who attracts attention, sells jerseys, inspires future players, and brings millions of eyes to the sport, yet they feel she is too often treated like the player who has to absorb the biggest hits both on and off the court.